You ever sit down to get something done and suddenly you're 5 hours deep into watching videos of raccoons stealing sushi? No, just me? Cool. Cool. This is me at 20, full of ambition, big dreams, and yet somehow I could spend an entire Saturday reorganizing my bookshelf by color instead of, literally anything productive. I call it procrastination with flair. I'm not proud. Okay, I'm a little proud, but mostly I'm ashamed. Anyway, that chaos, it actually taught me some habits of winners, or at least people who occasionally stop losing to raccoons. Habit 1, reading. I know, reading sounds boring. But hear me out. I started reading at 20, not epic novels, not philosophy tomes. No, I started with books that promised to fix my life in 7 easy steps. Spoiler, they didn't. But something clicked. 10 pages a day. That's all, 10 pages. Even I can't overthink 10 pages. Fast forward a few months, and suddenly I'm quoting things I read in public, trying to sound smart, and nobody cares. But my brain cared. Small wins, big vibes. Habit 2, journaling. Journaling is like therapy, if therapy came with terrible handwriting and random doodles of cats. I started dumping all my thoughts on paper, fears, dreams, frustrations, the existential horror of seeing my phone battery hit 1% for the fifth time today. At first, it looked like scribbles from a madman, but slowly patterns emerged. I realized I wasn't just complaining, I was learning about myself, and that's kinda cool, or terrifying, probably both. Habit 3, exercise. I didn't become a gym rat, I became a push up once and feel like I climbed Mount Everest type. But moving my body every day, even if it was just walking to the fridge for snacks, started teaching me discipline. It's amazing how one push-up leads to another, and then suddenly you're running, not from your responsibilities, just running. But hey, it counts. Habit 4, waking up early. I used to wake up at noon. My alarm clock was basically a suggestion, but I tried waking up at 5:30 a.m., and yes, it was terrible. My bed was warm. My brain was like, "Do you want to die?" But the mornings were magical, quiet, productive, like I had the world's Wi-Fi all to myself. And apparently, that's how winners start their day, not with coffee, with silent judgment from the universe. Habit 5, choosing friends wisely. This one's tricky. At 20, I realized I was basically a sponge soaking up everyone else's habits. And a lot of people were messy, like emotionally messy, not my closet has socks on the floor messy. So I started hanging out with people who were ambitious, kind, slightly less chaotic than me. It helped a lot. I even learned things like don't text your ex at 2 a.m. Revolutionary. Habit 6, learning to say no. Saying no is hard. I was terrible at it. If someone invited me to a thing, I said yes, even if it meant sitting in a 3-hour knitting class just to be polite. Which, not that I knit, I just kind of sat there. Learning to say no felt selfish at first, but it's actually smart. Protect your time, protect your energy, protect yourself from knitting disasters. Winners guard their focus like it's the last slice of pizza. Habit 7, gratitude. I started jotting down 3 things I was grateful for every night. Tiny stuff, a hot shower, my dog not judging me for binge-watching reality TV, that sort of thing. Gratitude flipped my brain upside down. Suddenly, life felt lighter. Not perfect, not without problems, but lighter, like wearing floaties in the pool instead of carrying a boulder. Here's the funny part. At 20, I thought I had to figure it all out at once. Big goals, big dreams, big epic transformations. Turns out, winners don't do huge. They do small, tiny, ridiculous, laughable things every day. They build habits like stacking Legos, one messy, imperfect Lego at a time. Eventually, somehow, a castle appears. So if you're 20 or 30 or 40 and wondering how to start small. Read a page, write a line, move your body, wake up early, or at least try, maybe just 7 a.m. instead of 5:30. Choose your people wisely, say no, And maybe, just maybe, be grateful for raccoons stealing sushi. Because one day you'll look back and all the tiny, silly habits you started when no one was watching will have built something pretty amazing. And honestly, if you can survive a Saturday lost to YouTube raccoons, you can survive anything.